Scholar profile of Vilfredo Pareto. Vilfredo Pareto, born July 15, 1848 in Paris, France, and later died on the 19th of August 1923 in Geneva, Switzerland, was an Italian economist and sociologist who is known for his theory on mass and elite interaction as well as for his application of mathematics to economic analysis. After his graduation from the University of Turin in 1869, where he had studied mathematics and physics, Pareto became an engineer and later a director for an Italian railway and was also employed by large iron works. Residing in Florence, he studied philosophy and politics and wrote many periodical articles in which he first analyzed economic problems with mathematical tools. In 1893, he was chosen to succeed Leon Wanders in the chair of political economy at the University of Lucerne, Switzerland. He made several important contributions to economics, particularly in the study of economic distribution and in the analysis of individuals' choices. Pareto's first work, Cours d'économie politique, in 1896 to 1897, included his famous but much criticized law of income distribution, a complicated mathematical formulation in which Pareto attempted to prove that the distribution of incomes and wealth in society is not random and that a consistent pattern appears throughout history in all parts of the world and in societies. One of Pareto's major contributions to economic thought was to propose a law governing the distribution of income. Here, by distribution of income is meant the distribution of personal income amongst individual economic units and not the distribution of income between factors of production. In 1906, Pareto wrote his first book on Manual of Political Economy. Pareto made major contributions to a wide of subjects covering mathematical economics, statistics, sociology, and many others. In economics, his name is mainly associated with general equilibrium, welfare economics, and ordinal utility. Yet he insisted on the need to confront economic theories with empirical data as his work on income distribution shows. Furthermore, he was far from convinced of the rationality of individual economic behavior. Yet these aspects of his work have been put on one side and he is now regarded essentially as the forerunner of axiomatic school which reached its zenith in the Arrow-Debreu model. This is a paradox, for the latter has been shown to provide no empirically foreseeable prepositions. Pareto, best known for two concepts that are named after him. The first and most familiar is the concept of Pareto optimality. A Pareto optimal allocation of resource is achieved when it is not possible to make anyone better off without someone else worse off. The second is Pareto's law of income distribution. This law, which Pareto derived from the British data on income, showed a linear relationship between each income level and the number of people who received more than that income. Pareto found similar results for Brescia, Saxony, Paris, and some Italian cities. Although Pareto thought his law should be provisionally accepted as universal, he realized that exceptions were possible, as it seems out and many have been found. Pareto, also known for showing that the assumption that the utility of goods can actually be measured is not necessary to derive any of the standard results in consumer theory. Simply by being able to rank bundles of goods, consumers will act as economists as they said they would. In his later years, Pareto shifted from economics to sociology in response to his own change in beliefs about how humans act. He came to believe that men act non-logically, but they make believe that they are acting logically. Born in Paris to Italian exiles, Pareto moved to Italy to complete his education in mathematics and literature. As had mentioned, after graduating from the Polytechnic Institute in 1869, he applied his prestigious mathematical abilities as an engineer for the railroads. Throughout his life, Pareto was an active critic of the Italian government economic policies. He published pamphlets and articles denouncing protectionism and militarism, which he viewed as the two greatest enemies of liberty. Although he was keenly informed on economic policy and frequently debated it, Pareto did not study economics seriously until he was 42. The Pareto principle, named after esteemed economist Pareto, specifies that 80% of the consequences come from 20% of the causes, asserting an unequal relationship between inputs and outputs. This principle serves as a general reminder that the relationship between inputs and outputs is not balanced. The Pareto principle is also known as the Pareto rule or the 80-20 rule. The principle was derived from the imbalance of ownership in Italy and is commonly used to illustrate the notion that things are not equal and the minority owns the majority. In conclusion, unlike the other principles, the Pareto principle is merely an observation and not a law. Although broadly applied, it does not apply to every scenario. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Bye.